The air feels different. You step off the sidewalk onto the warm, sun-baked asphalt. It is late afternoon in the summer of 1963, and the whole town seems to be breathing in unison. Listen to the quiet. There is no constant ping of notifications in your pocket. Instead, you hear the low, steady rumble of a heavy classic Chevrolet slowly rolling past the brick facade of the corner drugstore. The chrome catches the fading light. A rusted screen door slams shut loudly in the distance. Down the street, neighborhood children ride vintage bicycles with playing cards pinned to the spokes, creating a steady, echoing rhythm. This is Main Street. Look closely at the modest, independently owned storefronts lining the avenue. They are solid brick buildings decorated with beautiful hand-painted signs and large striped canvas awnings that roll gently in the wind. A gentle evening breeze rustles the heavy canvas above your head. You walk past the barber. Through the open window, the sharp scent of talcum powder meets the street air. Two older men sit on wooden benches outside, passionately debating baseball scores, while a small pocket radio hums softly between them in the heat. They nod as you pass. There is absolutely no rush to be anywhere else right now. A few doors down, the local hardware store props its heavy wooden doors open to catch the rare cross breeze. You can smell it. It is a distinctly American scent of cut lumber and dry fertilizer. Inside the dim shop, the old floorboards groan heavily under the weight of friendly neighbors picking up simple hand tools for their Sunday garden projects. Everything is built to last. You continue your slow evening walk down the residential block. As the sun finally dips below the rooflines, the grand marquee of the local cinema suddenly blazes into bright life. Warm yellow bulbs chase each other. They cast long, dramatic shadows across the cracked concrete sidewalk. A group of teenagers stands near the old ticket booth, their loud laughter spilling out into the twilight as they share a single glass bottle of Coca-Cola. They are completely present. The scent of hot popcorn butter drifts through the doors. It mixes effortlessly with the faint smell of car exhaust, creating the defining, unforgettable perfume of a classic mid-century weekend evening in America. You keep walking forward. A familiar neon sign buzzes softly, casting a deep red glow onto the pavement. You pull the heavy chrome-handled glass door of the town diner and finally step out of the heavy evening humidity. A tiny silver bell rings. It cheerfully announces your arrival to a room full of familiar faces. This local diner is alive, with the comforting, overlapping symphony of clinking heavy coffee mugs and bursts of easy laughter. You slide into a booth. The bright red vinyl sighs slightly under your weight, feeling cool against your skin. There is a reassuring solidity to everything here. From the thick glass sugar dispenser to the heavy metal menu holder, the waitress knows your face. She pours your black coffee without asking, leaving the steaming glass pot. In this specific era, a neighborhood diner is never just a convenient place to grab a quick meal before rushing off to the next appointment. It is the town's living room. Neighbors lean across narrow aisles to trade local news that will not be printed until tomorrow. A young man sitting in the corner booth presses a heavy silver button on the tabletop jukebox, and the internal machinery clicks into motion. The needle drops down. A familiar Motown bass line fills the space between the gentle clatter of plates. This music feels entirely new and exciting, carrying the bright, optimistic pulse of a young generation that is just beginning to find its collective voice. The world is changing outside. The space race is dominating every newspaper, and vast new highways are stretching across America. But safely inside this small glowing room, the rhythm of daily life remains deeply grounded in a profoundly comforting and unshakable predictability. Tomorrow is Sunday morning. The shops will close their doors, and these bustling streets will empty out completely. Families will gather around warm, wooden television sets to watch a single broadcast together, sharing the exact same cultural moment. Choice was incredibly limited, yet perhaps that very limit created a much deeper sense of belonging and shared understanding. You take a slow, deliberate sip of the bitter black coffee and watch the amber street lamps quietly flicker on through the large plate glass window. You are simply here. No one in this room is distracted by glowing digital screens hidden in their palms. When a good friend looks at you from across the table, they are looking only at you, giving you their absolute full attention. Their true, undivided presence. It is a remarkably small thing, but it profoundly changes how the evening feels. You can literally feel the hours stretching out before you, completely unhurried, deeply peaceful, and full of quiet possibilities waiting in the summer dusk. Time moved differently then. It did not slip away in endless, fragmented scrolls of meaningless information. It collected gently around you, settling perfectly into the familiar hum of the kitchen refrigerator or the soft, warm static of the evening radio broadcast. The diner slowly empties out. Outside, the neon sign casts a final red shadow across the quiet avenue. Do you think evenings like this felt richer because life moved slower, or because people simply learned to notice more? It is worth wondering about. The past may be physically gone, but the tender feeling of it never entirely leaves us. If this quiet, glowing corner of the past still feels alive to you, there is always another forgotten doorway waiting patiently to be opened. We will be here. Stay just a little longer, and we will keep opening them together.